Hi, welcome back. This is Melissa with Fun, Yum, and Frills, and this is my little nugget helper for the day. Yes, she's very excited. We're going to be showing you how to make, as promised, the teacup centerpieces. We're also going to be showing you an alternative centerpiece. This, yes, she's very excited about this, is the game night centerpiece. Martini glass, cards, so fun, so easy. So enjoy. You want to tell everybody what they're going to need? Yeah? Okay, let's do it. We've got our scissors, which we are keeping far away from the baby. Got our teacups right over here in the safe zone as well. Got our wet foam. Use your Joann's, use your Michael's coupon, get it 30, 40% off, sometimes even 50% off. And this is gonna last you a long while. You're also gonna need something to soak this in. So water in your sink or a bucket, something like that. You're also gonna need a serrated knife. That's what we're gonna use to cut this. Then for our flowers, obviously, the main part of the show, what do we have? We've got some big, bright flowers over here that are going to be our main things that we use. And then we've got what's called our fillers. These purple ones actually came in a bouquet from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's flowers. They're so cheap and beautiful and fresh. Actually came like this. So it was, I think, $4 for this whole thing, but I'm going to be using these as fillers. Also, the big branchy green things, love those. Baby's breath is a great filler. Anything that's a little bit smaller that you can take apart at the top. That's what we need to get started. Next, you're going to cut the foam to the width of your teacup. Use the serrated knife. The stuff is really malleable, so once you get it to the width, you can kind of press it down in there. If it's still too tall, you can cut off a bit of it, or you can give it to your child and they'll tear it apart. Next step, after you cut it to fit your teacups, is you're going to submerge it in water for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then you're going to put it back in the teacup, add just a little bit of water so it's about halfway up. You ready to go put water in it? Yeah, let's go. Once you've soaked the foam pieces in water, you should feel them be pretty heavy. That's when you know that they're ready and you're going to put them in your teacup. You can fill it with a little bit of water now, or what are you doing? Or you can do it at the end. Either way is fine. The first thing I usually do is lay everything out. This is a trick my best friend's mom taught me when we were doing the teacups for the bridal party. Lay everything out so you see your inventory. Put your greenery together and all your bright colored flowers. Take inventory of what you have versus the teacups or whatever fillers you're doing. Then start with whatever your statement flower is going to be. Maybe in the center, maybe off to the side. Start with that so you know you have it in everything. The way that you tell the height for the flower, what I did was kind of hold it up to this. You can start by just cutting, putting them in, and seeing how it goes. Always, obviously, cut higher than you expect it to be so you have some room to work with. I am going to go ahead and start with these red flowers, red-orange. I should note that I have a trash bag over here too, just to make it a little easier. I'm sticking that right in the middle. That's a little taller than I want. You are going to want to start tall in the middle because then you're going to get a little shorter around the outsides, especially with fillers. Since my other flowers are fairly tall too, that's where I'm going to start. Just start filling in with some of the other flowers. It's okay if you have a little bit of space. That's what the fillers are for. So get at least one or two of your main flowers in there, and then we'll come back with fillers. Now, Miss Bang and I have put together our pretty flowers. See how there's gaps in there still? You see those gaps, right? No, no touchy. Now we are going to put in our fillers. With fillers, a lot of the times you're going to be working with these little sprouts at the top. That's fine. That's exactly what you want because that's what you're going to use to fill in all of the holes. Just cut a piece. Little piece, and just start filling in all of those little holes. A lot of times with this wiry stuff, it's nice to have a little sprig or two sticking straight out. It gives a little more height to it as well, adds some branchiness to your floral arrangement. Just start filling it all the way in and have fun with it. Here's our beautiful creation. All done. You can see all those fillers in there. And a couple things to note. One, on some of these, they're just buds. When you put this out in the sun or after it sits for a few days, that's going to beautifully open into this gorgeous flower. It's okay to have a little bit of room around there for that specific reason. Once you complete all these, it's best to keep them in the fridge. If you're lucky enough to have a wine cellar or something like that, that's the ultimate. But if not, just clear out a space in your fridge, slide them in there, and they'll keep for a few days before your party, so you can get them done ahead of time. Enjoy making these, have fun. It's supposed to be fun and frilly. Daddy's having a poker night on Friday night. Yay, Daddy, that means girls' night, right? But that doesn't mean that my creative juices don't start flowing and think, even though it's a poker night, the guys aren't going to appreciate it. I can still try some things out, bless you, to try for a game night when we've got a bunch of couples over and want to entertain that way. So that's what I'm doing. I came up with the idea to use a martini glass as flower holders. Now this also brought up the challenge of how do you use a clear vase or a clear glass while doing the flower arrangements with flower foam, because that flower foam is going to show in here. There's a bunch of different ways to do it online. Since this was a game night, what did we come up with? We came up with the idea to take a deck of cards. I took out all of the important ones like the King of Hearts and the Aces, and take some tape, just wrap it around to make it a double-sided tape, and wrap it around the martini glass. Once that was done, it's the exact same process. And let me show you what you get. Isn't that not the most fun centerpiece? And you can still tell it's a martini glass. So I encourage you to have fun, do something frilly, even if it's a guy's night. It's a chance for you to show off.